y'all, welcome back to my channel if you're returning with your beautiful selves. But if you're new here, welcome to my magical safe space. My name is Day and I hope you guys feel welcome here. So before we get started, I'm going to spray a little Florida water to kind of reset the energy, set the attention. That this is going to be a good video full of hopefully gems that you guys can take on your own personal journey. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this video started. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about the inner energies we all carry within ourselves and how those imbalances within those inner energies can affect your journey toward success, whether that's with your goals, your dreams, whatever. Okay, so we all know about yin and yang and feminine and masculine energies. But a lot of people don't know is that they're operating with imbalances among those energies. Like for me, for an example, in my birth chart, I am a masculine dominant energy. Like that's just what it is. If you look at my chart, I have a lot of fire. I have a lot of Mars. I'm just very masculine dominated. But on the outside, I present myself very feminine. So I like to do self-care. I'm very creative. I like making my own jewelry. I don't have my waist beads on today, but I make waist beads. I like to create things. I like to write. I like painting. I like expressing myself through makeup, through my clothing. Like that's very feminine energy. How I present myself to the outer world is very masculine. You know, I have no problem putting myself out there, being a leader, speaking up, or even just when it comes to doing my goals, just taking off and running with them. That's very masculine energy. So before we could even get into that conversation, I do want to talk about what are the type of traits that masculine energy has versus the type of traits feminine energy has. So hopefully in edit, I can put masculine and feminine and we could take a look at those and you can get a better understanding of what the differences between those energies are. So going back to what I was saying, that my birth chart is very masculine dominated. When it comes to me obtaining my goals, I have a very straightforward process. I'll come up with the idea and I'm like, yeah, and we just take off with the action of pursuing it. For an example, when I decided I wanted to go into the beauty industry and become an esthetician, mind you, I had that revelation. I found out what an esthetician was all within that one day, and it made up my mind that I wanted to go to aesthetic school all in one day. Literally went downstairs, told my mom, this is exactly what I want to do. Point blank period, my mind was selling it. And later on that fall, I went to aesthetic school. So, and I feel like in that time, I wasn't properly enjoying me being in aesthetic schools. I mean, yeah, there was times where I connected with my classmates and, you know, we hung out, we had fun and stuff. But I was always focused on the end goal. I was like, I'm gonna get my esthetician license. Well, first I'm gonna pass school, I'm gonna apply for my test, pass my test, and then I'm gonna start working right off the bat. Like I was like, this is what I want to do, point blank period. But in that journey, I didn't properly take the time to actually enjoy the experiences that I was cultivating in that space. Like I made friends, yeah, but I didn't really think much of it. I didn't think like, oh, I could actually learn things from these people that I'm surrounded with all day, every day, you know, finding different personalities or even exploring different aspects of myself. I was just thinking, okay, we're going to school and I'm focusing on school. And then once I leave school, I'm going to work, and then it's going all over and all over again. And even in school, I was already thinking about, okay, what do I want to do once I leave school? I was like, I don't want to work in a spa because I don't really like giving facials. And so I was like, I want to be a waxer. So I was already looking at places like to apply to. And so that in a sense kind of showed an imbalance. Like looking back at it now, I can see where I was very much imbalanced and how that's kind of translating over into this new career transition that I'm in, where it comes to content creating. I was always just focused on the end goal, which is masculine energy. And so with that revelation, I'm learning, okay, well, there's an imbalance here. I'm solely focused on achieving the goal and not really enjoying the journey of that process. So I had to ask myself, okay, like, where's this coming from? Why am I so heavily in my masculine energy? And that's when I learned, like, okay, it could stem from my father wounds that I have from childhood, and then also some things that I picked up from my mom. My mom has been very much so like, she's a go-getter, she's going to get it done, and that can kind of translate sometimes to hyper independence, which also breeds like perfectionism, which is something I also struggle with. So moving into the inner childhood trauma and how that also affects those energies within you. Since I had that, wound of my father not really being there in the way I needed him to be there, and then also picking up, okay, that hyper independence, that I can do it myself, and if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it perfect and point blank period. That kind of made me start seeking validation from my outer world. And I felt like if I wasn't achieving, if I wasn't striving and coming out as the best, then I was a failure, I was a loser, nobody was gonna like me, I wasn't worthy of love, and the list can go on. With those, I realized I was like, it went back into further than just beauty school. This started back into like childhood, where there was no enjoying the process of school. Like, I would just go to school and do my work, and yeah, I would have friends and stuff, but I didn't really participate in extracurricular activities. I didn't really, throw my all into like certain subjects and be like, oh yeah, I really want to learn more about this outside of school, or even talk to people that I was connecting with in school about these subjects, or even just taking the time to explore how I could have been a more well-rounded student in school. I was just thinking, okay, I need to come up in here, I need to get good grades, good conduct, be on my best behavior, and make it up out of here, graduate, head to college. And that really, not only does it make you feel rushed in the process of achieving your goals, but it also doesn't leave room for that emotional fulfillment. It's like, okay, yeah, you have this goal to be A+ student, 4.0 GPA, like, you got it. Okay, you trying to get into a good college, so you want to be the best in school. But if you're not taking the time to actually enjoy that time being a student, to be able to be like, okay, yeah, I can fail, I can make mistakes, but in those processes of failing and making mistakes, I can learn from those, and those can push me to be a better student in the end. Or hey, like, even though I'm studying a lot, what about my social life? Like, maybe I should join a club, maybe I should, actually branch out and talk to more people, or even just, get involved with more things. So when you look back at your time in school, it's not, oh, I just kept my head in the books, oh, I just did what I needed to pass. It was like, oh no, I actually enjoyed it, I actually learned some things. There were times where I was just always thinking about the next thing I could jump into, that once it was over, I was left feeling like, well, what's next? Because I didn't get what I was searching for with this last goal or this last ambition that I set for myself. And that's because I wasn't present in the whole journey of it. So being disconnected from my feminine energy pushed me to keep running in this never-ending cycle of, well, I need to achieve this, I need to achieve this, I need to achieve this, just to feel that sense of fulfillment that I was searching for. And it was sort of like being on a hamster wheel. Like, you're just constantly going over and over and over and over, and there is no like end in sight. The only thing you're left with is feeling burnt out. And so if you have that imbalance within you, where if you're like me and you're operating in your masculine energy all the time, and you feel like you need to strive to be the best, and you need to hit this goal, hit this mark, hit this target all the time, because you're searching for maybe that fulfillment or that validation within yourself, or you feel like, okay, if I hit all of these things, I could get that outside validation. That's going to make me feel good, but it's not going to make you feel good, because the outside source is always going to be looking for you to hit the next mark and hit the next goal and to achieve the next dream. And they're not going to congratulate you for all the hard work that you put in. They're just going to see the accolades. They're just going to see the success. When in reality, you can get that validation from yourself. And it's like, yeah, I want to celebrate this big win, but along with that big win, I got to celebrate all these different tiny milestones that I hit. Like, for me, one of my videos hit like 200 some views, and I was excited about that. I was so excited about that. I was like, what? Like, I was not expecting like 200 people to like watch my video, and then for even 21 of them to like it and like resonate with it. And then I was even excited to get like my first 10 subscribers, and I'm still like very excited that like there are 14 people like that are subscribed to me, and they want to watch me, and they're probably even excited for me to post, and they're like interacting with the videos, like liking the videos. Like, that's a huge milestone for me, because as somebody who's always wanted to do YouTube, I want to be able to enjoy the ride of this dream now. I want to be able to enjoy the ride of this new venture of being a content creator, because if I'm always striving like, okay, well, I can't celebrate until I hit like 100 subscribers, I'm gonna always be miserable recording these videos and uploading them, because they're not hitting the marks that I want them to hit. And so now I'm not planting that good energy into what I'm trying to grow. And if you're not putting in good energy, you're just going to end up with rotten fruit. Like, I hate to say it, but that's the truth. You're going to end up with rotten fruit. You have to learn to balance it out. Like, you can't just be always on the go, or you can't just always be very passive towards your goals and not really having that masculine energy to back it up with the actions and the drive, because you're gonna always be either running on fumes because you're running on your masculine energy and always doing the most, or you're going to be very sluggish and trying to achieve what you're aiming for, because you're very passive in how you're even trying to cultivate your success. So for me personally, I'm having this huge feminine call to be like the turtle. I know we've all heard the story of the tortoise and the hare, and how the tortoise took its time like during the race. Sorry for that, I have my window open, I don't know if you can hear that. But how the tortoise took its time during the race, and it ended up winning the race, compared to the hare, who was so overly confident in its abilities that it goofed off and then basically messed up its chances to even be a winner. I'm learning that I don't have to be like the hare. I don't have to be so overly confident in myself to the point where I'm constantly missing opportunities, or even missing those moments of enlightenment or fulfillment, emotional fulfillment at that, because I'm constantly on the go, go, go. I've been seeing turtles everywhere. Like, I even have a little turtle on my bed. I love him so much. And my mom has these little placemats and towels with turtles on them, and anytime I go to the park I see turtles. And to me, that's just a confirmation that yeah, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to enjoy the process. You don't have to always meet your goal within a certain time frame. Like, I don't have to have 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers by next month for me to feel fulfilled and happy as a content creator here on this platform. I can take my time and pour as much energy and love into my projects and slowly build them up to what I want them to be. And later on, in divine timing, because look, we're co-creators here. We're working with the divine all the time, whether you know this or not. You're constantly in creation with the divine, with source, with spirit, with God, whatever you want to call it. It's all, in my eyes, it's all the same. It's all the same energy. You just show up and you put your best foot forward in your things, into your projects. The creator is going to always match that frequency. So like I said, you can't grow abundant fruit with, you know, negative water. Like, you're constantly feeling miserable or discontent with your projects and you just feel bored or blah, whatever. Like, you're not going to get good fruit. The creator's going to be like, okay, well, they're not really feeling it, so I guess I'm not really feeling it, and I'm gonna just give them more of what they already putting out. Compared to if you show up enthusiastic about your projects and you're very much happy and satisfied knowing that you brought your best foot forward and you brought your best self forward, the creator is going to match that energy. They're going to be just as excited as you. They're going to be just as passionate as you. They're going to be just as happy and joyful as you when it comes to this whole journey. And that's what's going to produce that abundant fruit. In a later video, I will be talking about how can you balance out your masculine and feminine energies and how you can get these energies to work harmoniously with each other. And I will even share a few things that I like to do in order to balance out my personal energies, and hopefully you guys will be inspired to like either do the same things or come up with your own ideas of how you can balance out your own inner energies, because no one knows you better than yourself. I want you to now consider your own personal relationships with your own feminine and masculine energies. So now I'm going to do this new thing where I will tell you guys a journal prompt, and you can do this if you want on your own time. I'm not going to force you, but I do think it would be beneficial, because when you actually take the time to journal out your thoughts, that's when you start to realize like the inner truths that were kind of hiding on the inside with you. So the journal prompt is as follows. Which inner energy do you feel you naturally embody? How does an imbalance of these two energies show up for you when it comes to achieving success within your old goals? I will leave a link down below if you don't know how to access your birth chart and you want to be able to know for sure, like if you're feminine or masculine within, you know, the signs and planets that align, that make you uniquely you. All you need is your birth time, the place you were born, you know, your birthday, and then boom, and it will tell you everything you needed to know. So now I want to thank you guys for spending this time with me. I truly appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope you guys leave likes, comments, share it. You know, if you found something valuable, please share it. I want more people to find something valuable from these videos, and for them to find some source of, you know, connection, community within my channel, that they feel like, okay, I can resonate with her, I can resonate with her message. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.